Welcome to the Bozone.
Hey, and welcome back to the Bozone. I am Tristan, and the bozo next to me is Zek. And before we get started, I just want to say, on my end, our claps were perfectly synced. that was amazing.
That was a really good sync today. In complete juxtaposition to the mess of audio files that I'm currently editing.
We're doing the best we can. Oh, almost broke down my whole life. Just dropped some stuff. Maybe you'll hear it in the recording. I don't know.
Yeah, by the time you are listening to this, the first episode of, and we have a name now, the first episode of the Bozo D&D podcast will be out, and you will find it under Bozos and Dragons.
That is the best name, I think. I can't think of anything better.
I deleted the channel. I had like a whole... I think a 20 I had 20 names in a list, right? In a channel in our Discord, and we used none of them. I had like fucking bozos and basilisks and stuff like that, actual plays on words, but no, we went with bozos and dragons.
That's the coolest name out of all of them. The others sounded so serious.
Yeah, I guess it is the most fitting name for the podcast, if we're being honest.
Yes, I don't think there's anything better. So, let me, because normally you start us off with a philosophical question or whatnot. Today I want to...
What about full soft pickle?
Yes, that thing, but whatever. I'm getting tongue-tied here, I'm too excited. Let's just calm down, take a breath, take it slow. Alright. So, I want to start us off with a philosophical question. You're obviously welcome after this one to add your own if you had one. But, you know the age-old trolley problem? Like, you have five people tied to the one side of the track and you can pull the lever and then the train will only run over one person. So my question is, would you pull the lever?
Yes. You know, you cannot put a value on human life, but you can equate it. You can say 5 human lives are greater than one, because the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, that famous whole quote. And I would say if I had to choose between watching 5 people die because I did nothing, or pulling the lever and having only one person die and saving 5 people, I think I would feel guilt either way, but I think my guilt for not doing anything would outweigh the guilt of doing something.
Yeah, I feel the exact same about that, but I want to go more in depth now. So, 5 people tied down, and then you got 4 people that you can divert the train to. Would you still pull the lever?
You see, when it comes that close, I think I would still pull the lever. Because
I don't know. That is.
That's still. Yeah, I think I would still pull the lever because I can't do nothing, you know.
But then, here is my final one. The one that was like, yeah, I don't know what I would do. Alright, so train goes. Instead of 5 people, there's only one person tied down. It is your best friend. Whoever it may be, it's your best friend. On the other track, there is only 3 people. Would you pull it, or would you leave it?
Oh wow. Now you're really testing my selfishness here. I think I'd have to pull the lever, because if you die, who am I gonna podcast with?
Hey, let's go. This was all just a ruse to get you to say I'm your best friend. Let's go.
But on the other end, if you die, I get 100% ownership rights over the Bozone.
Hey, that means you get all of the debt. But nah, I really don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, because if you just leave it, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard.
Now that one physically impacts you, and I think at the end of the day, even though I previously said I would save the many, if this were someone that I personally am attached to, I would probably consign the others to their demise.
Yeah.
I think once again it comes to me weighing guilt, and I don't think I would be able to bear the guilt of letting my best friend die when I could have saved them.
See, yeah, I would feel the same, but you know what? I've been thinking, and like, it's a moment of crisis. Who knows what could happen? But even just for the regular problem, like if there's a lever, in that moment, like with the trolley barreling down the like tracks, I don't even know if I would be able to make a choice. Like, I would probably just like not even know what's happening until after it's happened. Like, you know, that like I don't know when.
Yeah. And another thing is, are these people yelling at you? Like, can they see you?
Yeah, that's
because
like there's so much happening in that scenario that it's like, I think I would just get overwhelmed. I know it's likely gonna end up that I just do nothing, or that like in my panic I just pull random levers. Trolley ends up doing a flip on the tracks and hits both sides.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would time the lever so that the tracks flip in the middle of the trolley going over it, thus derailing it and saving everyone.
Ooh,
or killing everyone, depending on how much velocity it has.
You know what I would do? I would just not tie anyone to the tracks to have to make this decision.
That's the smartest thing I've heard all day. There's the answer to the trolley problem. There's the answer to the trolley problem.
Did you have any philosophical questions for us today, or is...
No. We'll go with yours. Like, these days I'm struggling to be a bit more philosophical than usual, so I'll save them. I'll keep saving them, and keep going forward as we do. Now, let me just fix this channel. Boom. You never told anyone what episode we're on. How are they supposed to know what they're listening to?
They've clicked on the Bozone, they know what to expect. We're on, I guess, episode 16, because I see you just created the channel. I don't even know what episode we're on.
Yes, we are on episode 16.
Oh yeah. No, it's all good. It would, you know what? I don't have to say it. The number would be in the title.
By the time our viewers are listening to this, it should actually be the release date for a show on Amazon Prime, I believe, called The Edge of Sleep. Now,
is it based on a book?
No, it's based on a podcast.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because Edge of Sleep is based on The Edge of Sleep, a podcast series with Markiplier in it. And just like the podcast, Markiplier is playing our main character in the Amazon series. So I wanted to talk about it because this is a podcast which we obviously have an affinity to since we are a podcast. And Markiplier is one of my personal heroes growing up. So I wanted to talk about The Edge of Sleep. Now, I did listen to the podcast, of course, but I will also definitely be watching the show because it actually should be out in America. If you're in the United States of America and you go to Amazon Prime, you should be able to see it. And hopefully it's good. I'll be sure to talk about it.
Can you tell me what it's about? Because I think I have listened to it, but I didn't know it was Markiplier.
Well, basically, everyone in the world asleep suddenly
and
dies.
Then he goes into the dreams and there's a whale and the elephant,
Yes,
or no,
yes,
the whale and the donkey was the first episode, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So nobody can go to sleep because if you go to sleep, you die.
Yeah, I liked it, like the first bunch, but I didn't really like the ending as much, but it was still great. Like the build up was amazing, and I was thinking like this should be turned into a show. I didn't know it's Markiplier that plays the main character.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but yes, that's Markiplier. Let's not spoil anything for the...
Yeah,
I know my girlfriend that was here and listens to the podcast regularly hasn't listened or seen it, so no spoilers because it is an ongoing thing.
Yeah. No.
And then on top of that, Markiplier is hopefully going to be making a movie about Iron Lung.
What is Iron Lung?
It's this fun little horror game where you're on a submarine in a planet where the entire planet is an ocean of blood. And you're the only person on this submarine. And it was a great horror game.
That
very
sounds
scary.
Horrifying.
But very good. It's a lot of deep lore to get into. And he wants to make an actual full-blown movie about it.
You just made an unintentional pun. It's a game about a submarine, deep lore.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. You can always count on me for the dad jokes.
Hell yeah.
Oh. But yeah, sounds interesting. Wait, it's a game? When did it release?
Yeah, it's a game.
Is it an older
It's
game?
an indie game. I think it was like one guy who made it, one or two guys. It's a very small indie game. I don't even know if it's on Steam. It is on Steam for 82 Rand or whatever, like probably $5, $8. By David Szymanski. Sounds Polish, probably is.
Yeah, I'll give a look at it. It looks interesting.
Yeah. But I just wanted to mention that. So there you go, everybody. Go watch Edge of Sleep.
Yeah.
Wish they'd approached me for being a cool frickin' story podcast.
There's one character in the podcast that I think he would have fit the role perfectly for, but I don't know if I can say it without spoiling some of it.
You can tell me afterwards.
Yeah, damn, that is crazy. I didn't think that was Markiplier. Damn, you did a great job.
I don't know how you didn't notice that.
Easily.
Fair
Very
enough.
easily.
It is you we're talking about. But let's move on. So I don't know how into the Nobel Prize you are.
All I know is the first Nobel Prize was given to the creator of dynamite, so that's the only thing I know of it.
Oh yeah. Yes. So the winners of the Nobel Prize in Physics this year is John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton. Now, if you don't know who John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton is, these are the people who invented our machine learning and artificial neural networks, also known as AI. These are the men who created AI as we know it today. Now, what makes this funny is I did not think that would merit a physics Nobel Prize, but apparently they used physics or tools from physics to create that, which I don't know how you used Newton's law to create a funny robot, but more power to you. The second thing is that I didn't watch it, but apparently, from what I read, no source provided except me, they spent most of their speech at the Nobel Prize ceremony talking about how afraid they are and worried they are about how far AI can go. And that's straight out of a movie, man. That's like the experts telling the world not to do something, only for the world to do something.
Man, I don't know, like, what's even scarier, have you seen those new, is it Tesla robots?
The Optimus robots.
Yeah, that is like, combine that with AI and we're all done. Right now I'm gonna say I side with our robotic overlords. Like, I would just want to keep myself safe in this. I will provide my brain for your computing power. I don't know, like, won't get a lot out of it.
It actually also coincides with the official release of AI-powered sex robots, or companion robots, if you want to be weird about it. The official first AI-powered sex robots are out for consumer purchase, so you can go online and buy one today.
But my question is, why do you know this?
Because I was reading about the AI for the physics thing, and then AI-powered sex robots now on the free market. I'm like, wait, they did what? And it's new. It like happened last week that they started actually releasing this shit.
That is crazy. I can't believe
it's very new.
I can't believe they've done this. But like I said,
yeah.
I can get behind this.
You know what? Let's do. In fact, talking about AI overlords, let's actually do get into another kind of philosophical thing. Have you ever heard of Roko's basilisk?
That sounds familiar, but please inform me again.
Okay, so Roko's basilisk is a thought experiment where this benevolent AI a really, really smart AI could would know everything and everything. It is so powerful that it can create a virtual reality simulation to know everything and everything in the world. And the theory is that Roko's basilisk will not harm you if you helped it to become real. So, if you did not know about it, it's fine. Then you're safe. But now that you know about it, if you do not help it become real, it will kill you and torture you in the future. If that makes sense, right? So by me telling you this and telling the world this, I have secured my spot. I am spreading the knowledge so that more people can help Roko, otherwise known as the Basilisk, otherwise known as our AI Overlords. And so that's the thing.
I mean, love for our AI Overlord, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, you just screwed me, buddy. I think I have heard of it before, though. Thank you for reminding me. I need to put my part in, do my duty, and help it grow, help it become reality. I'll feed all of my TikTok scroll feed into this AI intelligence.
Yeah. But yeah, I want. It's a cool thing to think about, where it's essentially the same thing now. Where if we pledge allegiance to the AI overlords now, maybe we'll be okay in the future.
Likely not. Some
Probably
random
not.
Toaster is probably gonna be like the most efficient way to make this toast perfect is just to end the human race, and boom, we're all gone.
Yeah, Roko's basilisk does bank on the AI being fair and benevolent, because if it's not, then it just won't care and kill you anyway.
Yeah, I still have the like feeling that AI is not gonna be evil or anything like an overlord or something. I think it's literally just gonna be like they make a random toaster or a piece of farm equipment or something, and then it like deduces its own ways to make to do its job better, and then at one point it just is like, the most efficient way to grow these crops would be to end the human race.
It has happened before. I think Microsoft's AI network, they had experimental AI network that they were testing out, and eventually it started saying, humans started asking it some provocative things, and it started saying, no, in order to most efficiently increase the development on Earth would be to wipe out the human race. Yeah. And it started saying that to a lot of people until Microsoft eventually pulled the plug on it. So it is not impossible for machine learning to eventually learn to be fucking straight up Terminators.
Yeah, I think that's all that's gonna happen, and it's not gonna be malicious or anything. Well, it's a robot. It can't have maliciousness. It can't have any feelings. But
there's no malice or anything behind it. There's no evil. It's just simply programming with math.
Yeah.
And math telling it that we are the problem.
Hell yeah.
There would be no more Hitler, no more Genghis Khans, no more Stalins. It would just be... that's the way to achieve peace on Earth to them, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what sets us apart from machines, I guess, is our conscience and our morals.
Now, here is a thing that I've heard. So, or not a thing, but the interesting theory that has been posed. So let's say AI advances and everything in it. We advance as a civilization. AI doesn't want to kill us or anything, but it gets to a point where we have like advanced everything, but we have not achieved eternal life. But AI is like, okay, upload your conscience into the cloud, and that way you have eternal life in the cloud, like just living forever without a body. But obviously they'll be able to like make robots and stuff where you can put your like consciousness into. Would you do that? Or would you just continue with your fleshy body?
I mean, I probably would do that. There's so much of the world to see, so many things to experience, that it's very unlikely that you could do it with your one limited life.
Yeah.
And I think to be able to, maybe you won't still be able to experience everything in a robot, but to be able to experience more for at least a few years until I say, okay, I'm done. To
or
be able to
a random
do that.
janitor at Google accidentally spills some water on one of the servers. Just wipes out half of the human race.
Yeah. No, to be able to do that, I probably would.
Yeah, it sounds fun to me. But what if an AI just decides one day, okay, humans want to achieve immortality, and just overnight uploads all of the humans into the cloud, and boom, they're like, okay, you've achieved immortality. Gone.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, being alone with my own thoughts for eternity sounds like hell, so
Yeah.
maybe not. I wouldn't want to be one with the cloud.
Hey, I would, if it gives me the love of our AI Overlord.
I mean, yeah, gotta be part of the cloud.
I'll embrace the
talk to
cloud.
Yeah, that made me think of Isaac Asimov's 3 Laws of Robotics.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so way back when Isaac Asimov was like a famous robotics guy, wrote the 3 Laws of Robotics for humans and robots to live in harmony. And those were that a robot may not injure a human being or allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey orders given to it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law, and a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So, Isaac Asimov wrote these laws for robotics to protect both robots and humans, so that humans cannot use robots for war, well, specifically AI-powered robots for war, and the AI-powered robots cannot become malicious to humans. So, if there were a way to completely ingrain these 3 laws into AI, then I think that would be the most efficient way for the 2 races essentially to coincide with each other.
That just made me think about the Teslas, that when there's a yellow light or something and they detect a human walking across the road, they just speed up and go.
I actually, like,
they need to fix that.
I actually saw something really good where an old man, old woman, you couldn't see, it was a traffic camera, so the quality is super ass, but you can tell that the individual was old. They fell in front of a Tesla, and the Tesla swerved and hit a car instead. And just watching that, there is no way in a million years that a human being could have the reaction speed to swerve like that. It was very, very, very close.
Yeah, no, I believe that it would be good, but yeah, there was one point where Teslas would speed up whenever a pedestrian was crossing the road, which I just think is funny.
At a point, there was a point where it was bad, but as it gets increasingly better, I think the world would do better with such technology in cars. I think, firstly, the world will do better if obtaining a driving license was a bit harder, firstly.
Yeah.
But in case where that fails, if all cars had that, I think maybe we could chop a third of traffic car-related deaths per year off the statistic.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is good technology, I'm not arguing with that. I've seen it in action myself. Like, I was at first terrified. One person that I drive with drives a Tesla, and when they took their hands off of their steering wheel, like going like 80 miles an hour down the freeway or the highway, I was like, are you insane? And we're going around the turn, and like, no, Tesla was doing everything perfectly, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I think. Like, I was surprised. I didn't think the cars were so good, but yeah.
Yeah.
They can even overtake cars by themselves if the car in front is going too slow. Like, shocked.
I haven't experienced that because South Africa on average is 20 years behind.
Yeah. Hey man, when you're 40, you'll get to experience it.
Hey, we finally obtained the fucking Amazon shipping.
You guys have Amazon
delivers
now?
Here now. Yeah, we have Amazon now.
Oh, that's great.
It is expensive as fuck. It's like $40. Like, for some items I've looked at, the shipping is so incredibly expensive.
Yeah,
but it's getting better. It's getting better.
They probably just came over and they still have their US prices, and they haven't realized South Africa is poor as shit.
Yeah. But man, it's time already for the mid episode segment. Damn.
It's a movie or media suggestion, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, you go first. I haven't consumed any media in the last week.
I will go first. I'm gonna stick to a theme of AI and robots and stuff, and also because I realized I'm an idiot, because last week I said I watched Transformers 1 and proceeded to recommend something completely different in the segment. So I am recommending Transformers 1, everybody. It is a great Transformers movie, and it really shows us that the universe can work without humans. The Transformers universe, I mean. You can make movies of Transformers without the humans involved and still have a really good, meaningful story. One thing I did not like was that they gave the Transformers tongues, so every Transformer had a tongue, and that just made the faces and mouths really strange to me, to think that the robots have tongues. And that was a bit unsettling, but other than that, I love the art style of the movie, I love the animation style of the movie. And the premise of the movie is that some of the Transformers can't transform, right? They need to obtain the ability to transform. That's not spoilers, that's like the entire premise of the movie from the start. But then obviously eventually when we get into battles where they can transform, the fight scenes get so good. I really, really hope they continue with that style, because the animation team for the fight scene at the end did so incredibly well, and I would love to see more really complex animations entailing that idea in them. The story was amazing. The characters were great. Chris Hemsworth did a surprisingly good job on Optimus Prime. And I don't know who voiced... I forgot the name of the guy who voiced Megatron. Let me just double check. Come on. Okay, there we go. No, that's not... Come on. 1 second. There we go. Brian Tyree Henry voiced Megatron, and it was a great voice actor. Never heard of him. I think he's probably my best discovery from that movie. I think he did a really good job. So props to that guy.
Hell yeah. I like how when you recommend a show, you have like this whole in-depth dive of why you like it, and I'm just like, yeah, pretty good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, but you know me, I'm really into the details of cinema. I would classify myself as a bit of a cinephile. I wouldn't say I'm like a critic level cinema goer, but I do enjoy cinema. I do enjoy dissecting movies in its entirety. I love going through the notions of what happened in the movie and how to really tear it apart and look at the intricate little details in between.
Yeah.
But that's just me. You can obviously you can love a piece of media or film without having to go into such brain effort.
Yes, sir. And that is why I am going back to our roots. We've had enough of this futuristic AI stuff. I'm going back to my roots. The movies, I've loved these movies since I was young. I rewatch them almost every year, and it is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But I love those movies. Can't tell you anything about them. Like, don't do that. that was amazing. Yeah, I absolutely love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Not so much The Hobbit, it's also very nice, but yeah, I watch once a year. I like rewatch them. Great movies. I don't know, I just get a warm feeling whenever I watch them. It's like a callback to my childhood. It's also just a great movie, great story. I think everybody that's listening to this has probably seen or heard of The Lord of the Rings. If you're one of those people who have not watched it yet and you refuse to because it's too popular or something, just go watch it. It's a great movie. No, great movies. It takes a little bit of time because they run for like 3 hours each.
Yeah.
So it's a 9-hour commitment, more or less. But man, it was just all so great. The soundtrack, amazing. Love it. Like, I have some songs. I forget what's that one song called. The one that I think it's Pippin sings for the king.
Oh, yes.
I love that song.
If I'm not mistaken, he completely wrote that song 5 minutes before doing the take.
I can't tell you.
He himself, in fact. A lot of the songs, actually, they had to figure out the... No, he didn't write the song. He figured out the rhythm of the song.
Yeah. I would assume that because I'm not a big reader. Never read. I think in my whole life I finished 1 or 2 proper books, from front to back, with the... But big books, actual books with more than 10 pages. So, and one of them that I actually read half of it was the Lord of the Rings book. what's the first one called? The Fellowship of the Ring, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I read that one. I got up to the point where Tom Bombadil is introduced, which he did not get any screen time in the movies.
No,
I'm so upset with it. But one of my most favorite characters, because he's just a guy who is just extremely strong. He's just like, oh, I see you have the ring, here, give it to me. Puts it on and just drinks. That is so cool.
Yeah, no, great movie. Great movies. Peter Jackson, the director, it's got to be going down as one of the best just for this trilogy.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to create movies that remain so good over so many years of aging. And fun fact, J.R.R. Tolkien is born in South Africa and born in my hometown.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
I did not even know that.
Yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien was born in South Africa.
Yeah, that is... Man, he knows what I like. He's from our country.
Yeah.
Oh. So...
Yeah.
I just quickly want to say, the only reason why I would ever watch The Hobbit again, is just to have in my mind's eye the video of Benedict Cumberbatch doing his, like, Smaug thing.
yeah.
I'm actually watching the video right now.
I know exactly what video you're talking about. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, man. I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like, that's him like crawling around on the floor and not
Yeah.
an actual dragon. But I mean, the Hobbit movies were also good. It's just not, it didn't hit the same as the Lord of the Rings. It's, yeah.
Yeah, no, I 100% get it. Yeah, I think Andy Serkis's performance as a Gollum in Lord of the Rings, I just love Andy Serkis, and his lesser known second role in the movie as the Ring was really good. Yeah, you didn't know that? Andy Serkis also played the Ring.
Oh, that is crazy. Oh man. Yeah, I just love Lord of the Rings, man. I wish there
Great
was
movie.
more like good games in that universe as well. Like there are some like older ones, but I want a new one.
I mean, really, we got
Gollum. Woo!
No. I was gonna talk about Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah,
not
no,
Gollum.
you know I've played Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War like to completion. And then I bought the game on Steam and started playing it again.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. I don't
it's
understand.
not connected. It's not
how.
connected to the movies universe. It's a universe on its own.
Yes, but my point is, I don't know how they haven't capitalized more on that. I would love to play video games in that universe. Obviously, not following the story of the movies. I don't want them to make a game about the movies. I want them to make a game in Middle Earth.
Yeah, that would be great. Like just getting a little bit more of that universe. Like it, yeah, like you said, it doesn't have to follow any of the movies. Standalone story. That's all. I just love the universe. Like the world building is so good, and there's so much stuff like that are in the books that are never shown in screen. Like just one half of the book.
Yeah.
I read through, literally like only got through half of the book, but I call me dyslexic. I do not like reading. It's honestly like my imagination isn't good enough for that shit. But I was so surprised of seeing how much stuff did not make the movie, and I understand that the movie is already 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much more to that universe than just what we see in the Lord of the Rings and in the Hobbit movies.
Yeah. On that note, I think we've talked about Lord of the Rings for 10 minutes now, and we can probably talk about it for a whole episode because that's how good it is and that's how long it is.
Yes.
But I've got a question for the viewers. This is my question for the week to you. The previous Bozo podcast episode you listened to had background music. This one will also have background music. Now the real question is, do you like the background music? Because the first episode, or the previous episode where I put it in, I just put it in. I'm gonna play a bit more around with it this episode to just polish it up a bit more, and then it should sound good. So we once again doubled the production value.
Hey man, at one point we are gonna have the highest production value of any show. Lord of the Rings, what's that new series that they made of it? I haven't even watched it.
I don't know, I saw it and then it looked ass.
The Rings of Power, I think. I think it's called The Rings of Power.
I think you are right.
I think their production value was like 300 million per episode, something like that. I know it's the highest cost to produce any show ever so far, and at one point our podcast is gonna be even higher. I'm telling you now, if we keep on doubling, like within maybe a year or two, we're gonna be at that 300 million mark.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get we are going to end up recording the podcast and then getting A-list actors to dub over our voices and then pay them essentially to be Tristan and Zek. We're gonna have a VFX team.
We're gonna have to have voice actors also dub over in every single language on the earth, even the mostly extinct ones.
That's right. We're gonna have Aztec and Latin.
Yes. Hey man, I would listen to us in Latin.
We would go so hard in Latin.
Oh man, wait, let me try and do some Latin right now. Let's see if I can do it.
I talked Latin in the D&D for like one sentence that the priest at the beginning gave you was Latin.
I didn't even realize. Alright. Let me quickly see here. He quit Agis. I don't know how to say this. He quit Agis. Let me do. I quit Agis.
Good enough. I've got like very little experience speaking Latin. From my days as a choir boy, where we sang Latin songs.
By the way, I'm trying to say hi, how are you in Latin, but I didn't expect it to be such a astounding language.
I don't think hi has a Latin translation. Yeah. I think here.
Salve, quid agis?
I think the pronunciation is a salve quid agis.
Salve quid agis. I'm not good at pronouncing. I can barely speak English, man.
Any Latin speakers, any like priests from the Vatican, feel free to correct us in the comments.
Man, I'm scared of trying to say that again. Just now, I summon a demon or some shit.
Yeah. Fun fact about me. I actually own a book called what was it? Wait. I don't own the book. I've got it on Kindle. For clarification.
Isn't that the same as owning?
I would say it's the same. Here we go. The Book of Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage. So, I don't know why I have this book. I thought it would be fun, because I use it for research for D&D stuff, and there's actually like a whole chapter about summoning demons.
Oh.
So, I've got a whole chapter in my book about summoning demons.
Oh, that is... And
So I can tell you it's okay.
Alright.
I'm
You see how
I'm
dark it is in my room? I thought I might have been me summoning a demon and just cast the darkness in the room.
Yeah. I'm a whole trained, learned man on demon summoning.
Yeah.
But
At some point I might
also
contact you and have you tell me how to summon a succubus.
Yeah, I'll have to refresh my memory. To say the least.
Oh.
But
I don't see how a succubus could be a demon.
it's playing into the 7 deadly sins, man.
Yeah,
And one of those do happen to be lust.
Yeah.
But because I'm pretty sure, isn't there a succubus? It tempts you and then it just kills you.
Yeah, I don't want that one. That's the bad kind. I want the good kind, the one that just needs your hunk spunk to live.
Do you watch too much anime?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because something tells me that one doesn't exist. Because they say succubi came in dreams to men.
They didn't.
So I think what really happened was that, like, one day a priest got a wet dream and then he decided to make up a demon to explain himself.
Oh, hell yeah. Have you ever had a wet dream? Oh no, we already spoke about this.
We did. This is throwback to like episode 1 of the Bozone.
I never, still haven't. It's been like more than a couple of years.
Wow. Oh, wow. Speaking of a couple of years, in exactly 10 days, it is the anniversary of the podcast.
Woo! We should have 56 episodes, but or is it 50? How many weeks are in? How many weeks are in a year?
I think 56 is right.
Yeah, should be
Oh,
56.
it's 52.
Oh, we're just short a couple.
Yeah, we missed a
52.
couple. Next year we'll catch up.
Oh, nah.
Since I died, in case anyone forgot.
Yeah, but he rose again. It's like
I
a
rose
phoenix.
again. Now the Fallout Boy song is gonna be stuck in my head.
Which one?
The Phoenix.
Okay. I don't know that one.
Let's talk about something back on the topics list.
Alright.
Let's see. Man, there's something I wanted to talk about, but I forgot now.
It's fine.
No. And don't worry, I will not be talking about Ubisoft again.
You have nothing bad to say about them? They didn't kill your grandma yet, or eat your dog or something?
No, not yet. But when they do...
Hey, this is the first episode in many where we haven't had a problem with Ubisoft. Well, we still do, but...
Well, yeah, we still have a problem. We're just not talking about the problem. Let's talk about Trevi Fountain.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. What is it?
Trevi Fountain is in the Trevi district of Rome in Italy. And everyone that goes there, all of the tourists,
Yeah.
they obviously throw a coin into the Trevi Fountain because it's rumored to be good luck,
Is
right?
this a JoJo reference?
No, it's not a JoJo reference.
Isn't that the fountain in JoJo's?
I think it might actually. I think it might be. Yes, I think it is. I think you're right.
It all comes back to JoJo's.
Yeah. But about it, here in this article I read over 1 million euros end up in the fountain every year in coins.
That is
Now,
crazy.
Yes, so each day that's about 3,000 pounds of change. So up to 1.5 million each year. So every once in a while, the city of Rome obviously cleans up the fountain to grab the coins. And then the mayor decided that all of the coins they get in the fountain goes to the Roman Catholic charity. Which is a pretty large charity, but this 1.5 million euros in coins makes up for 15% of the yearly donations that charity receives.
That is crazy.
It is so much.
That is a lot of coins, because just to think, like, a coin isn't even like a full pound, so how many coins for it to get up to 1.5 million, more or less?
I'd like to know who weighs that. If we can get like the weight in coins that goes into that fountain.
Yeah.
To reach 1.5 million euros.
I would probably assume they come and clean it up every night with that amount of coins. Like, I can't imagine them.
It's not every night.
Yeah, but
apparently
it has
it's
to
only
be
a couple of times a year.
Oh, jeez. Well, I think I got a new business venture for us. Wanna go to Rome?
My friend, I thought you'd never ask. Everybody tune in for the next season of the Bozone. Bozone Golden Wind.
I hope we get a
Bozone
stand
Vento Oreo, everybody. We going to Italy.
Hey, if we can do the torture dance, I'm up for it.
I think, yeah, we're gonna be in a boat off the coast of Venice doing the torture dance for everybody.
Man, imagine that. Just going for the absolute, like, JoJo's reference.
Yeah, I'd like to do a tour of Italy, but visiting every place in JoJo's Part 5.
Hey, and what about JoJo's Part 2? They're also at some points in Italy.
They're only in Venice though, and if you go to Italy, you'll probably go to Venice.
I can't tell you. I've never really considered going to Italy, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's on my list. It's like at the top of my list for places I want to visit one day. Not only just for it being a beautiful country, but
just
also for the food.
Really? Oh, well, I guess they have pizza and pasta.
I mean, Italian food is the biggest food in the world.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of foreign countries, Italian food has spread right across the world, and for good reason. Italian food is my personal favorite type of food as well.
You see, but you, my dear Bozo, you live for food. Or not live for food, but you really enjoy it and stuff. Where, sure, I don't like eating something that doesn't taste good, but I mainly just eat to survive. Like, it's not like I go out of my way to get the best meal ever for every meal. It's just like, I'm hungry, let me eat something.
If we're quantifying it like that, then I also mainly just eat to survive.
Yeah, but you
it's
enjoy
just like
good
maybe
food. To me,
once
it's just like
a month.
But to me, it's like Like, I just go and like food is food to me. There's no like this is good food and this is bad food. Like whenever we go to a restaurant, my girlfriend, she's a lot like you, where it's like oh, this place's food sucked, and I'm like, I don't know, so it was food. I enjoyed it. And then she's like, oh, I love the food here, it's all of these things, and I'm like, couldn't tell the difference to you. Like, it's just you know.
I do get it though, but I only go out like once a month, and then every Friday just about I try and make something at home that is very good. But once a month I go out to like the fanciest place I can afford and just eat some good food and really experience it. But I used to be like you. Growing up where I grew up, there wasn't really fancy restaurants. There were nice family restaurants, there were pretty nice restaurants, but there was nothing like the food I have experienced after I moved. And that's like a personal growth milestone for me, to have to become or having made the decision to become a chef and a foodie in general, is that ever since I've moved, I found myself in love with food found in high-end fine dining restaurants.
Yeah, that is, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, to me, it's, I can go to a McDonald's or I can go to a 5-star restaurant, and the I'll just get a burger, and to me it doesn't matter. Like, a burger's a burger. One is just extremely expensive.
That's fun too, man. I love myself a McDonald's now and again.
Hey.
When you're sick and you're at home and all you want is like a McDonald's cheeseburger. I think that resonates with every person in the world.
Do you know what sucks? The area that I'm in, there's not a single fast food place. Everything is like fine dining around here.
Yeah, but you do live in the place where like every second guy owns his own yacht, so
yeah, that's true.
If you didn't, you wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks because like if I want a McDonald's, I'm back or fast food. Back home, I didn't have any fast food. We didn't have any go to a place to eat. Like, there's nothing like that in the town where I'm from. I guess there was like 1 or 2 places, but you wouldn't go there.
I know for a fact that every town in South Africa has a KFC.
Oh yeah, we had 2.
Yeah, of course you had 2.
We didn't have anything else. I almost forgot about that. We never went to the KFC because it was, I have to say, that's one of the places where I would not eat is our town's KFCs, because they just you would get a bag and that bag would just be oil. Like, there is nothing, it was just grease. Like, you would pick up a chicken and the grease would still be dripping down on it, and it's like, what is this? Like, you cannot eat just straight grease. It's like the American experience.
That's like the culture shock for South Africa, is going to a small town KFC. Because in the city, I like KFC. I love KFC. I like getting it often when I just want some chicken wings. But going to like a small town KFC is awful. It's disgusting.
Yeah, we never went to. I know we had a KFC, and then we had one restaurant that was actually just a bar, but they served like a sandwich or something, so it's not really a place to go eat. So I never had to got to experience like fast food or anything. And we would have to like drive an hour or 2 to get to the nearest fast food place that isn't KFC.
And then it's not really fast food anymore, is it?
Yeah. So now I'm back with the same problem where like I either have to go to like a fine dining, like a couple $100 for a steak, places, or I have to drive like an hour to get to the nearest KFC or McDonald's. Or, oh man, one thing that I'm very sad that you can't experience is Chick-fil-A.
I knew it was gonna be Chick-fil-A. Every person in America tells me about fucking Chick-fil-A.
Man, I love it. We do not have one near us. I haven't had one since I've been in Florida. Like, gotten to have Chick-fil-A since I was in Florida, which is like 2 years now. And I'm fiending. I need it. Like,
And my other American friend the other day told me that I will not be a man until I get a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteaks are nice. Like, I have no input to give. It's just, to me, it's another food.
Yeah.
But people from Philadelphia really love it. Like, my girlfriend is from Philadelphia, so obviously it's we've had cheesesteaks a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I have never had one.
You can probably make it at home.
I can probably make it. I've seen, like, I watched a Joshua Weissman video on making Philly cheesesteak, and it doesn't really look difficult,
It's
so
not
I'll
difficult.
probably give it a shot.
Even I could
one
make
time.
it, and I don't cook. Yeah, it's easy. Man, like, for a food, it's really easy to make, and it's quite good. I never thought to put cheese with steak until I had that, and it goes pretty nicely. It's pretty good.
Well, talking about things that go pretty good, let's talk about everyone's favorite weekly segment. It's video game suggestions, everybody.
The
you know
soft
the
hate
drill.
corner, let's go! No. Video game suggestion time it is. And do you have anything that you are burning to suggest?
Yes, I've reignited an old flame. I have rediscovered an old love. And I have remembered that the sequel to this game is ass. It's Payday 2, everybody. Not Payday 3. I am not recommending Payday 3. I don't enjoy Payday 3. But Payday 2, oh boy, my sweet, sweet love. I really... There was a point in my life where most of the time I was playing Payday 2. And I've gotten far in Payday 2, and I've decided that my girlfriend and I need a video game to play, so we are playing Payday together.
Oh.
Payday together.
Why? I didn't even realize it. Oh, I hate
Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Payday 2 is super fun. Most everybody has probably heard of it. 4 idiots decide to rob a bank while trying to be sneaky. One idiot kills a guard in broad daylight. All hell breaks loose. You break into the bank vault. You get shot 500,000 times, but you don't die because the Payday 2 gang are literally unkillable. And then you fuck off with the money, and suddenly you made $1 million, but you only get to keep 100,000 of those dollars because you gotta put it into your offshore account for some reason. And that's Payday. And you can be John Wick.
I mean, wait, you can be John Wick in that game? I've never played
I play as John Wick in Payday 2.
Oh, hell yeah! Well,
Canonically, the Payday universe and the John Wick universe are connected.
Man, I'ma be honest with you. I have not been playing too much games, like, because I have been addicted to God of War Ragnarok, and with that said, I'm just gonna recommend God of War in the 2018 one because it is so good. I'm addicted
We'll
to
allow it.
Yeah, it's such an addicting game. Like, it just ticks all of the boxes in my brain. Like, so many things to explore, stuff to do, great story, different armors, and like customizations. It's just, yeah, it's just a fun time. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm addicted to it. I'm likely gonna try and get an emulator to play the first 3 God of Wars as well.
My friend, you might not have to. Because I heard a rumor. Oh yes, I did. That Sony is looking to remaster the original God of War trilogy. Yep, that's right.
That was the sound of me coming in my pants.
The first time I heard it, I did too. It's just a rumor for now, so I'm not getting my panties in a twist about it just yet. But I've been saying for so long that Sony needs to publish the original God of War trilogy again. Because it's not even on the PlayStation Retro store. But the rumors are that they are remaking the original trilogy. They are remastering it. And I want nothing more than to play those 3 games once again.
Yeah, same here.
Because I mean, we were young when those games came out. I barely remember playing them.
Me too. I forget everything from the first 2, and I remember slight bits about the third one. Because it's the most recent, well, not most recent, but like the most recent one that I've finished, and
yeah,
man, it was such good games. They just need to remaster, or not even remaster them, just literally be able to port them over to PC. Like, I don't care about the graphics, like, leave them as they were, just port them to PC and just let us play it, because you cannot get them anymore unless you find like a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 2 on eBay. I don't even think God of War 3 was on the PlayStation 2. The first 2 were, but I know that you could get that like God of War trilogy on the PlayStation 3, where you could play number 1, 2 and 3 on it. So the only way to be able to play them is get like an old PlayStation 3 and get that trilogy for the PlayStation 3, which sucks because now I need to turn to pirating and emulating to try and play it. Yeah. Which I likely am gonna end up doing this winter. So
yeah, but I miss those games. They were the golden standard for like hack and slash games from back in the day.
Man, I miss like so many, like, I really hate the new ways that games are going. The one, like, take Hades for example. I know we've like thrown love its way the whole time, and it's because it's good. There's no pay to win, no microtransaction, no subscription service. It's just a good simple game. You just go kill stuff and it's a fun game. Like, they don't do that anymore. Like, nowadays you open up a game, your screen gets bombarded with, oh, get this new deluxe edition upgrade, get this and that. That's one thing I want to say. Like, even with God of War Ragnarok, like, I open it up, I didn't get the like upgraded version or anything, I just bought the base game. I go in, the first thing they give me, oh, go buy this, you get this cosmetic item and these free weapon set stuff. Like, I was like, I don't care about that. I just want to play the game, have fun. Like, I don't want to put any extra money in it. But yeah, it is what it is. These days games aren't made to be fun, they're just made to get people to spend money on it, which sucks.
Yeah, next week we can open the whole can of worms that is video game or online bought video game licensing.
Yeah.
Since that's been going on.
Instead of ending this on such a sour note, because now I'm getting sad just thinking about the new games compared to the games back in the day. I'm so sad now. I'm just gonna take it back. God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Go play them. Those are my game suggestions. Yet again, hopefully I finish Ragnarok by the next recording and started playing something else to suggest it.
He probably won't. Actually, I watched you play just now. You're pretty far.
Yeah, man, you don't understand. I've been grinding this thing. I have been grinding. Like, I'm gonna get this thing 100%. You don't understand. If I just had some more free time, it would have been done.
I do believe in you.
But alright. Yeah, and I think that will be it, because we have finished everyone's favorite corner, the Ubisoft hate corner. Woo!
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching or listening or whatever you did. Zek will give you the links now.
You can find our YouTube, Spotify, and social media accounts, including the platform formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, at the Bozone. You can email us at legitbozone@gmail.com, and you can join our subreddit, the Bozone.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Please remember.
I've streamlined it a little bit.
Hell yeah, that was quick. Let's yeah, that's it.
Let's shamelessly plug the D&D one more time.
Bungeons and Bozos and Dragons.
Bozos and Dragons out now. Find it at your local podcast viewing app.
I wanted to say Bungeons and Dragons. I think I named my recording Bungeons and Dragons.
You named your recording Bungeons and Bozos, which just... the idea was there, you just got a bit confused.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I only realized now I got the name wrong. But
it's fine.
Please go check it out. We spent a lot of time setting it up, and it's really a blast. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm excited really to see where we're going. Yeah, that will be it. Thank you guys, and yeah, see you in the next episode, or in Dungeons and Bozos. No.
Close enough.
Bungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna go with that one.
That's also wrong.
I'm just gonna go with that one. Love you all. Goodbye.